Hello, Abraham. Thank you for your teachings, and thanks to all of Abraham-Hicks. I want some clarification on something connected to what this gentleman just said. I understand that looking forward, feeling forward, moving forward is where the juice is. I understand that looking at the floor...
Let's modify that just slightly, because we've said forward, but we mean now.
Okay.
We mean here. We don't mean future, we mean here. But there's a lot that is forward that is in your here. As in looking out the windshield rather than at the floorboards.
Right, and that's a metaphor that I use when I drive. I drive all the time, so it's a great reminder of focus. Now.
But when you think about it, when you're in your vehicle and you're looking forward, it's really your immediate future. It's so immediate that we could almost call it now.
Oh.
Because you're not driving for tomorrow or the next day.
Or the next 10 blocks, just the immediate block. Yeah, thank you. That's exciting. Thought expanding. Now, I've stumbled upon something as I've...
And you're such a patient man.
Bring it on.
And when you are tuned to the frequency of source and you're allowing all these clear-minded, interested, loving partners to focus with you, you can see way down the road in your now. Esther's discovering that she has a new sense of direction that she never had. She's seen things in the road that she never saw. In other words, she's getting assistance that she was never allowing herself to have, even though it was always available. But her expectation of Jerry's intertwining with her now is opening her to allowing more of this seeing down the road that has always been available. Now it just matters more to her.
Powerful stuff.
It is indeed.
Juicy, yes. Now, I've stumbled upon something that I want clarification on. It feels like forward, but I have a new understanding of my life. I have an Abraham-lit, Abraham-illumined understanding of my lifeline. And now that's the past. I know there's some years there that I have. But when glimpses of my past come to my mind, I understand it very differently. I see it very differently. I have a new vibrant new interpretation of it. Now, it's the past, but I have a new view of it.
Here's the thing. Anything that you're focused upon in your now is now. So whether you're focused upon the past or the present or the future, you're doing it now. And the question is, are you doing it in conjunction with broader perspective? Are you doing it with the whole of who you are? Because you could be in your now remembering something negative from the past, and the discord you feel as you remember the injustice is your indicator that you're remembering it and you're focused upon it, but you're not blended and merged with the whole of who you are in the conversation that you're having or in the experience that you're having.
So then when I'm blended, when I'm in the vortex, what I used to see once upon a time as an injustice, let's say that as an example, now I don't see it as an injustice. Yeah. What I saw as a character defect, I see it as a good quality in motion.
And we have been saying about that very thing fairly recently, that in that case you're seeing through the eyes of source. Now we want to modify that, clarify it, be more specific by saying you're allowing yourself to see through the eyes of more. Or you're allowing, rather than through the eyes of source, we want to say through the eyes of self. In other words, we want to bring that source that is felt apart from you into this focused moment.
So I feel like I have a new life or a new understanding of my life. That means I'm seeing it through the eyes of source. I'm seeing the same events through different eyes, the same facts through different eyes.
But in order for you to see through the eyes of source, you have to be blended with source or you wouldn't see it. So if you're blended with the perspective of source and you're seeing it, then who's seeing it? You or source, or are they the same?
They're the same. They're the same. And I like my life.
And anything less than that isn't good enough for you. That's why you feel negative emotion when you don't do that, you see. That's why when you find fault about the past, present, or the future, you feel awful because you're not blended. You're not all that you are. And it's the self-deprivation of who you really are that the negative emotion is the indication of.
So, I'm going to push this. I'm going to be a little provocative because
Yes.
there are a lot of spiritual people sitting
Yes.
behind it. So then there's nothing to forgive because there are no villains in my life.
We've said that for a long time, that we've never been one to forgive, and people
Yeah.
are aghast at that. And we say we don't forgive because we never condemned to begin with. So forgiveness is coming back into alignment after you've been out. That's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is just realigning with who you are. And you may have heard us say to many people, don't forgive them for their sake, forgive them for your sake. In other words, they were a rascal. We get it. We get it. But forgiveness is alignment. It's giving up resistance. That's the best definition of forgiveness. Giving up resistance. Giving up your justification to be out of the vortex. Giving up your justification to be depriving yourself of the source view. Giving up the justification of being out of alignment. That's what forgiveness is.
So just like looking at my lifeline, I see it very differently through what I call Abraham lit eyes or Abraham illumined eyes. The things that I've been doing, like running and yoga and reading and music, I see them very differently too. I mean, these things have been in my life for 30, 40 years or more, and they're completely different.
Yeah.
Same, but completely different.
Everything's different.
You have changed me, or I have changed me through your teaching.
You have come into alignment with who you are. The credit is yours, but the influence is ours. And you see, you always have that influence there. That's the thing that Esther is discovering. It's always there to be tuned into. The tuning is your choice, you see. And sometimes you're just dropping out of an airplane at 40,000 feet and you don't have time to tune. So you just have to sort of crash and burn and then start over again.
I love you very much, Abraham. Thank you very much.
That's clear to us.